Hi, this is Representative Carpenter with your Capitol Calendar preview for January 28th to February 3rd. I'm going to run through the committee assignments and the bills that will be heard in the committee meetings for this next week. I'm going to share with you the bill numbers and the titles of the bills. If you don't know exactly what that bill's for, you can go to the akleg.gov website and search in the search bar the bill number, and it will come up and you can do your research there. If you have questions, you can contact my office via email, rep.ben.carpenter@akleg.gov, or contact us by phone, 907-465-3779. So to kick this off, Judiciary will be meeting at 1 p.m. Monday. We'll be discussing House Bill 88, which is warehouse work quotas, and HB 63, Repeal Workers' Compensation Appeals Commission. And the last bill listed there is HB 170, Misuse of Public Officers' Official Position. This is a committee that I sit on, and we'll be taking up these three bills. We also have bills previously scheduled that's noticed, so that means you can the committee could take up any bill that is currently in the committee that hasn't passed out of committee yet. 1 p.m. Monday, House Bill 272 will be taken up in Resources Committee, House Resources Committee. House Bill 272 is big game hunting by persons with disability. They'll also be discussing House Bill 281, state land for remote recreational cabin sites. And they will have a House Bill 243 on the calendar here for bison draw permit application fee. And bills previously heard as well for that committee. If they can get through all three of those bills, they'll bring up another one. Labor and Commerce scheduled for 3:15 on Monday. House Bill 273 will be taken up. That's the Alaska Housing Finance Corporation make or purchase mortgage loan bill. And House Bill 159, which is the registration of interior designers, as well as public testimony. Monday will be wrapped up that evening at 7 p.m. with a State of the State address by Governor Dunleavy in a joint session, which means you got both the House and the Senate together to listen to the governor. And that will take us through Monday. Tuesday, we've got House Community Regional Affairs Committee at 8 a.m., bright and early in the morning. We'll take up a presentation by the Department of Public Safety and then address House Bill 182, removal of abandoned vehicles, House Bill 279, Local Boundary Commission, and bills previously heard. Energy Committee will meet at 10:15 a.m. on Tuesday. They will have a presentation on what Alaska can learn from Iceland's energy transition. They also have a presentation for Railbelt Decarbonization Project, and bills previously heard means that they could take up bills at that committee. Transportation Committee meets at 1 p.m. on Tuesday. They have a presentation on the construction status and 2024 calendar preview and bills previously heard. Finance Committee will have a presentation from the Alaska Public Employees Retirement System and Teachers Retirement System and bills previously heard as well. Health and Social Services scheduled to meet at 3 p.m. They will hear House Bill 275, Sexual Assault Examination Kits and Tracking. They will hear House Bill 264, Child Trafficking Screening. Wednesday, Education Committee will take up House Bill 55 at 8 a.m. in the morning. That's extending the Workforce Investment Board allocations. And they will have a public testimony opportunity. Judiciary Committee will meet at 1 p.m. on Wednesday. They'll take up House Bill 88, Warehouse Work Quotas, with public testimony. House Bill 63, Repeal Workers' Compensation Appeals Commission, with public testimony. And House Bill 105, Sex Reproduction Education in Our Schools bill, and bills previously heard. House Resources will meet at 1 p.m. on Wednesday. They'll take up House Bill 276, reducing the royalty on cook inlet oil and gas, and House Bill 223, which is a tax and royalty for certain gas production. House Resources will also have bills previously heard on the calendar. Our Finance Committee will take up House Bill 270. It's appropriations for the mental health budget, and they will hear an overview on the Alaska Mental Health Trust from the Alaska Mental Health Trust Authority. They have bills previously scheduled, identified on their calendar. Labor and Commerce will be at 3:15 p.m. They have Senate Bill 89, considering the age for tobacco, nicotine, and e-cigarette use, and taxing e-cigarettes. House Bill 254 will be taken up by the Labor and Commerce Committee, prohibiting pornography to minors, and bills previously heard. Tribal Affairs, which I sit on, will meet at 3:30 p.m. on Wednesday. We will have a presentation on meaningful Alaska Native representation on boards and commissions. And Wednesday we'll finish with House Ways and Means, which I chair. At 6 p.m. we will hear House Bill 190, Alaska Sunset Commission, and take up public testimony. We also have bills previously heard on the calendar. So Thursday, Community and Regional Affairs will meet at 8 a.m. They will have a presentation by the Department of Corrections and bills previously heard. Our Fish and Game Committee will meet at 10 a.m. I sit on that committee. We'll have an overview of the FY25 budget by the Department of Fish and Game. Energy Committee meets at 10:15 a.m. on Thursday. There'll be a presentation by the Alaska Energy Authority. Military and Veterans Affairs, which I also sit on, will be Thursday at 1 p.m. And we'll take up House Bill 249, Military and Veterans Affairs Family Help Desk. That has a public testimony opportunity, and we also have bills previously heard scheduled. House Transportation will meet at 1 p.m. on Thursday. We will have a presentation on the Infrastructure Competitive Grants Program, and we'll hear House Bill 288, naming the Don Young Fairbanks International Airport, with bills previously heard calendared as well. Finance Committee will have an overview at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday on the supplemental budget request. They will also hear House Bill 81, Vehicles and Boats Transfer of Title on Death, with public testimony. House Bill 148 will also be heard in our Finance Committee at 1:30 p.m., Alaska Performance Scholarship Eligibility, with public testimony. Health and Social Services meets at 3 p.m. on Thursday. They will discuss House Bill 260, Catastrophic Illness Medical Assistance. House Bill 242 will also be on the calendar, Extend Senior Benefits Payment Program. And bills previously heard is also calendared. State Affairs will meet at 3 p.m. on Thursday. House Bill 259 is on the calendar, Council on Human and Sex Trafficking. House Bill 265, Child Sexual Abuse Material. And bills previously heard. They're also bringing in House Joint Resolution 13, calling a federal constitutional convention to discuss term limits. Senate Bill 46 is also on the calendar, which is a Brain Injury Awareness Month bill. I sit on that committee. That is a lot of bills to address in one day. Friday, 8 a.m. Education Committee will meet and discuss Senate Bill 13, University Textbooks Material Costs. They will also have a presentation by the Department of Education and Early Development. Let's see, no public testimony. Yes, I'm sorry, public testimony will be taken up on Senate Bill 13. House Law will meet at 12 p.m. and they will have an overview of the fiscal year 25 budget. We have a lunch and learn scheduled for 12 p.m. and that is on the topic of science education is the key to equity in learning and life opportunities. That'll be by Patty Brown, a teacher, and John Welkener, Alaska Science Teachers Association. That is on 12 o'clock Friday. House Judiciary, which I sit on, will meet at 1 p.m. and we just have bills previously heard scheduled. Our Resources Committee will meet at 1 p.m. as well. House Bill 222, which is the Permanent Fund Appropriations and Investments Bill, will be taken up. House Finance Committee will meet at 1:30 p.m. There will be a presentation on extreme winter and extreme winter and event response, and bills previously heard. House Labor and Commerce will meet at 3:15. They will discuss House Bill 251, exemptions for homemade goods, and House Bill 237, temporary permit for lapsed nurse license. That should wrap out the week. We do have a committee scheduled for Saturday. Our Health and Social Services is on the calendar for meeting to discuss bills previously heard. So that wraps up the calendar for this next week. Again, if you have any questions, please contact my office. Thank you, and until next week, this is Representative Carpenter signing out from Juneau.